As you deep dive, as you delved into the Shadowfell, after encountering the Black King, after figuring out that maybe sneaking would have been the best idea, most of you went down. Since that time has been roughly 2 weeks. Chrome has, uh, what would you know her as? I guess,
My character?
no, your mentor. Uh, like, what
I
would they
mean,
know her
everyone
as?
Elif.
I'll just call her your mentor. I didn't mean name, I meant, like, the relationship, but whatever. The mentor had disappeared for some time. After figuring out what happened, or at least discerning what pieces you could put two and two together, they didn't come back. However, it's been 2 weeks since that time. Maybe they tried to escape, or maybe they wound up dying. In a different way. Either way, they are no longer here. If you decide to search for them, you're likely not gonna make it out yourself. As it stands, Dropkick, your character is currently being brought in by the jailer, while the rest are already in their cages for the day. They've already done their mining, so it's easily enough done. The two guards flanking you suggest that you move forwards. The jailer simply opens the door and allows you in, closing it right after. Pressing the prismatic ball next to him, and then simply walking away. The rest of you see a wood elf with white hair and kind of golden eyes. I kind of forgot if you decided to keep the golden eyes thing or not. Really up to you.
I don't remember either.
Either way,
I don't know.
um,
Don't worry about it. Golden eyes, I guess.
there's a wood elf with white hair that bears a resemblance to Caitlin, but not perfect one-to-one.
I'm gonna kill you, Dropkick.
I've done nothing that I would not take responsibility for.
I'm not gonna take you seriously. She's a high elf, by the way, fuck you.
Not in my head canon.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, the jailer makes way towards the other destination. You can tell by the windows that are adjacent to the rest of you. He seems to be taking care of the night shift or the day shift. It's really hard to tell in this area. After you come in, this woman would likely be the friendliest in the bunch. Oh, you arrived. Congratulations. He didn't decide you were useless.
Caitlin nods.
Alright, you haven't been here before, so I'm sure you don't know who we are. The rest of you do know her as Teal. Although it's spelled tile. Anyways, from what you can tell, she's an undead vampire, but not a high noble like Caitlin was. If you had to guess, some former servant that lost their master.
Ronin, then.
Yeah, sure. Ronin vampire. Anyways, she then states, well, this one's Byroth, that one's Rauta. You three looking towards these two, and this one at the end, I really haven't gotten to know too well, so if you want to introduce yourselves, go for it. It's not like I'm the leader of this merry band or anything.
Or are we just going as our characters would go? Is that our character, by the way?
I did not hear that first part.
Are we doing like a character introduction order, like someone goes first and then we go down the line, or are we doing how our characters would introduce themselves, sort of
How
thing?
your characters would introduce yourselves?
Okay, then can I move?
You should be
Like
able to.
physically?
Yes, you just can't really leave the cage.
And character would sort of bounce over towards the new person and just go, sort of like, hey, I'm Celeste, who are you? What are you? Like, weird ears and everything, just like constant barrage of questions. She's just constantly just asking about her appearance and where she's from and who she is.
No check. Raziel. What was that third question?
What are you?
Oh, what else?
What's a wood elf? Is it different from a usual elf, like high elves, or is it like kind of how drows are? Is Noche on this continent?
No chase somewhere on the continent. And what else was just something
On the mention of Noche, Teal goes, Oh, that would explain the white hair. More or less. Anyways. You want to give an introduction, or are we just gonna bypass this?
They're asking something that hasn't moved since they've met it.
You've entered in the cage about a week ago and have yet to move.
Got probably dragged into the cage. That hasn't moved since.
She still tries to talk with you, even though you don't respond. Sometimes, Rauta and Byroth, you just hear Teal speak with... At this point, you might consider it a statue. Like pleasantries, like, hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, it is a nice day. Well, I'll see you later. And stuff like that.
I think I would greet it too, just to make her feel like she's not so crazy.
Yeah. Who knows? Either way, she then states, the woman at the bottom then states, hey, come here like 2 days ago. The name's Paz. It's short for pastel, but I prefer Paz. Pleasure? I'm assuming?
She nods at her.
Oh, so that's your name. I suppose it really doesn't matter. Anyways, now that you're part of the gang, are you ready for the whole, oh, how do we escape, how do we get out of here speech? First things first, right now any magical abilities or non-magical effects are currently being dampened by that weird orb thing.
Can I try and test that by putting my wings out?
That's biological, I believe.
Yeah, but she's just like seeing if that still works.
Oh, yeah, that still works.
It's just a pair of like about how a normal sized Azamar would have it. Feathered wings come out and she's just like, oh, that works. Anyway, and she just hops over to the hunking thing that hasn't talked and just tries to start shaking it, seeing if it will react, like poking, anything like that.
You then go towards this one. Teal then points towards the other one that has yet to make a response and then goes, oh yeah, that one also didn't speak that well. Do you want to give her your name, though? The name's Sha. Yeah, Sha. I don't know why he always pauses in that weird manner. It's the way I speak. Okay, moving on. Well, Sha here used to be a former assassin for the Shadow King. Oh, you probably know me as the Black King. That's really neither here or there anymore. Anyways, the cage is permanently locked unless the people with the keys open it to let one of us out for the mining operation or put someone in. So there's really no two ways about it. So, any ideas? Because so far we've had nothing for the last 2 weeks. Well, I've been here for about 2 months.
Yeah, my character puts her hand up like she's wants to ask a question but doesn't want to interrupt.
Yes, you there.
It's the Black King.
It's probably the person, or at least the leader of the group that knocked you out, dragged you, took you from some homeland you consider, due to the fact that you might be valuable or you might have a property he seeks. Think of him as a very bad merchant.
She kind of claps her hands together. She's just like, that must mean you're all part of the plan then. Okay. Okay. She just starts wandering around and tries to inspect the room to see if she can find anything of magic that she can sort of like identify.
Sure.
Other than the orb.
Let me check the orb's properties. Yeah, you can still cast Identify. At least within the room you're in.
She's not casting Identify, she's just using her own knowledge of like runes and stuff like that to try and see if she can actually identify anything. And with her magical teaching.
Oh, okay. You can tell that the entity that has been named Byroth seems to have a whole bunch of magical properties attached to him, but the effects rather than magic itself. No, poor choice of words. His gear has been enchanted heavily. Rauta herself possesses enchantments, articles of clothing. Teal herself possesses no real enchantment or weaponry of the sort. Raziel just got here, but you can tell that she is different and has some sort of aura around her. Shaw seems to be in the shadows and almost disappears within them. Pass is just Pass. The statue, unfortunately, I did not get to read your backstory, so sorry about that. I did not know you would be here. I guess you can just read them as a statue.
Just a giant lump of armor.
Irresistible. I would have to talk to or examine that at some point. Fine manufacturer.
While my character's examining, with each person, she's kind of like inspecting a bit too close, and with Byro, she kind of like knock on the armor a bit to see if it echoes, and just a general, just like, interesting. Didn't expect you had to have that sort of thing. But, like looking at the orb itself and trying to recognize us about it.
The best thing you can describe it as is it creates a zone, not of anti-magic, but of stillness, like not allowing things to move. This is not really magic you're accustomed to, but you can tell that each spell that's tried to cast, each thing that is tried to be placed upon it, like say for example, Mage Hand, would likely phase out. A teleportation spell would likely bounce and hit you, but maybe break through if you can take the damage. Maybe. The thing is really strong, is what I'm trying to say, but not impenetrable. But
First thought, pop it in the bag of holding.
You need to try to get your hands on it first. That being said, though, as Teal suggested, She's not your Merry Leader band. You guys really aren't a team. Well, Byroth and Rauta, and for a while when Chrome was there, were. But that team's kind of been decimated. Their former vampire assailant kind of died. Another agent died before that. And they have no idea what happened to Chrome, but it's presumed he's presumed dead. So with no real allegiances, there's really no structure to escaping. Which is why they have these daily meetings of trying to figure out a way to escape. To have some sort of normality to things.
Character sort of like comes together that she's not particularly knowledgeable about the Drift Globe. She's going to touch the mark on her, sort of like just where her collarbone is, and so try and see if she can connect with her, well, with Seren. Just a general, like, single question of, what would be the best course of action, if you can tell me?
Go ahead and roll me intelligence.
Great intelligence check?
Yes.
Okay. Don't know why that's whispered to GM, sorry.
That's fine. With that roll, I'm afraid you don't really get anything. Maybe the orb's causing it to be blocked, or maybe the question wasn't phrased properly. But as that stands, 3 individuals get close enough that you can see them now. And Token Lair.
Break these guys.
3 individuals step inside, and the Black King does have a key. As he opens the door, easily enough, an individual with blonde hair and Farah step inside. The Black King then looks at the rest of you and simply states, It's been about 2 weeks since I've brought most of you here. Teal then states, it's been about 2 months for me, but go on. I see you still have that attitude, Teal. Yeah, that's what happens when you killed my... just call him my boss? I believe he was your vampire lord. Yeah, I really don't like to call him that. Regardless of what you'd like to call him. Then the person with blonde hair states, Now, no need for that. At any rate, greetings. My name's Adam. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Or just like in a grubby cage, we're just looking at him like.
Caitlin nods at him.
Just looks over to the Black King and just goes, oh, are you the Black King? Why are you called the Black King? Wait, why have you taken me of all people? What happened to the people I was with?
Maybe they shouldn't have taken this one. Adam then states, oh, no, it's alright. She can be a little energetic, but it's perfectly fine. Well, he's called the Black King because he deals with death primarily. He took you here because he needed your abilities. Oh wait, he would phrase that differently. He brought you here because the Black King requires your talents. The other people that you were with were either... what's the polite word for it? Sent out to do other jobs, or were gotten rid of if they were too much of a problem.
Glare.
Oh, but at any rate, where are my manners? He extends his hand out. Farah then turns off the orb before something happens to him. You believe he's putting his hand out for a handshake.
Which she turned off the orb.
Yes.
Celeste, out of pure curiosity, is going to try and cast light on her hands as soon as she turns the orb off.
It works, and Farah goes, you might want to be careful. You're still in enemy territory. Sorry.
It's not very light in here, though. It's kind of annoying when I have an ability I can't cast.
That's why we got you that candle. Adam moves over to the side to show you the candle once again.
Word. Come.
What are the words the statue says? Because all you said, the words come from the statue.
Well, it depends if anyone knows the language.
That
Which language?
It would be primordial.
I know it.
Adam knows it, the Black King knows it, Farah knows it, Celeste knows it, Teal knows it, Pass would know it, but you wouldn't know that.
Then to all of them, it would simply be a low repetitive pilot not found requesting temporary pilot. Just repeating and repeating.
That would explain your name. Anyways, Adam then goes, right, this one's still incomplete. Anyways, Adam then still has his hand out. Impatient, well, still patient, but you can see his foot's tapping, waiting for a handshake.
Who's he holding his hand out to?
The cage.
Oh, Celeste already shook his hand.
Alright, Celeste, you shake the hand, and all your equipment is brought back to you. Anyone else?
Hey, my cloak! Lee
I-
checks if her daggers on her as well.
Yeah, all your stuff is with you.
I mean,
Nah.
sure. You said I was already heavily enchanted, but yeah.
You were heavily enchanted, but they were muted due to the orb.
Yeah, basically.
Razio will sniff his hand.
It kind of smells like lavender, but you can tell it's not a natural scent.
She'll shake it then.
Alright, the equipment that you possessed at one certain point in time, other than that specific equipment, because you always have that with you, is now with you once more.
Can I insight whether this is any sort of like act
Deal,
or
like,
bond? Yeah.
Yeah, did they say something before they like extended their hand out?
They said three things. One is celestial, one is in primordial, and one is in draconic.
Wait, this Adam person that's shaking their hands with everyone?
Yes. You can
So
tell.
they said three things in different languages and then decided to shake everyone's hand.
I would understand two of those languages, but not the Draconic.
Yes.
I understand Draconic.
It's perfectly fine. I can easily tell you, or you can ask him what he said. And he simply stated, oh, I'm summoning your equipment from a different dimension. I believe that's what you would call it. So, anyone else wants their stuff back?
Yeah. I shake hand.
Alright.
Let's just start spinning her around again, because now she's got her cloak back. And just puts the HUD up.
Alright. Paz
It's
was
stuff.
just missing her blade. Oops, excuse me.
Take my ruby tablet out and take a picture. I'm just kidding.
Shaw shakes and he retrieves two pitch black daggers. I can't really do anything for that one that's still inoperable. But maybe you can. At any rate, I have a proposition for the rest of you. You'll have to bring the statue along with you, of course.
What is that thing saying something? What is that noise?
It is saying
Uh,
something.
Saying it's damaged, Celeste will go over and give cure wounds. Because just instinct of like, oh, damage means hurt. Hurt means it needs to be healed.
Well, you can try. We've already tried, but it's still broken. Then Adam states again, so, the proposition, or do you just want to get back to work?
Let's hear it.
Right. Well, as demonstrated before, your lack of intellect, according to this one here, pointing towards the Black King, is not great. But you do have some interesting abilities. What I need and what you need are more or less hand in hand. I need you to find the Yellow King at this very moment. They are the most vulnerable right now, thanks to the little celebration they're having in their city. So what I require from you is to take their phylactery and then retrieve it into this pouch. He then he puts the pouch on the ground. If you try to do anything with it other than put something inside, I will be notified. When you try to put something inside, I will be notified. It's a one-time use.
What does it do?
It will transport the phylactery straight towards me.
Oh.
Man, I told you like 2 weeks ago we could fuck with the Yellow King for you. No?
My character raises her hand again and wants to ask a question but doesn't want to interrupt.
Yes, you.
Phylactery.
Think of it as a secondary heart. The body can be destroyed, but the phylactery brings it back together eventually.
Secondary heart? That's not how bodies work.
Not normal
Well,
bodies,
these
no.
not humanoid ones.
He just nods and agrees.
No, she's just in her mind trying to go over, like, past what she knows and just trying to figure out if she, that had 2 hearts, just like, maybe it's not humanoid, just constant like that.
In doing so, you can get the little... I believe they wanted the wristband from them. That is correct. Right, and you can get our wristband to locate them. After that, you can, and I'm only assuming, put all 3 together and find the current location of the elusive man.
Okay, so you just want us to capture the Yellow King?
I just want his
It's
phylactery. You can do whatever you want after.
So how are we supposed to get his armband?
That's up to you. Right now, he's the most vulnerable as he is outside his current compound, setting up for a festival in his city.
Okay, so you tell us where he is. That's how we get.
No, I
okay, fine.
give you the Black King's armband. You locate him your own way. I can just say I was lost.
Fine. Also, that I don't understand this. He's moving.
Outside
What's
of
that?
game, I don't know what you just said.
Yeah.
Temporary pilot located. Unit orders confirmed.
It's still in Primordial. Ada would simply state, they seem to be getting a little bit better.
Slash cheers herself like, I fixed him! I don't know which one it is.
Well, that's strange. Our clerics did the same thing and it didn't work. Maybe they required specific people to do it. Adam then just shrugs. He then states...
Chest proudly.
Adam then shrugs and then states, So, deal or no deal, this is really your only way out, unless you can find someone to turn traitor, or somehow get enough force to break through the cage.
I'll put the bag in my bag and say, I guess this is our best option. Does everybody else agree?
I mean, we're basically going to do that anyway,
Yeah.
right? I mean, me and Rialto were I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I have plans for a few of you. No offense to the rest of you. Shaw, pass. Fine. Does that mean I'm back on the clock? More or less. You two are going to do a different job. Teal, however, I'm going to use you as my eyes on this team. No offense, but I don't exactly trust all of you, if not any of you.
Alright.
Lose one boss, get another. Whatever, what do I have to do? Just shake my hand and I'll bind some sort of contract upon you. Will it leave when we get the job done? He shrugs. It will leave, but it all depends on what your allegiance is afterwards. You can always come back and... Yeah, I'd rather not do that. She just quickly shakes the hand and then a binding wraps around her arm and then disappears. Alright, good. Pass, Shaw, you are the first to go. I need your special abilities elsewhere. Alright. Pass, then bows to the rest of you. It's been nice knowing you. Farah quickly waves at the rest of you and then shows them out. Now then, the rest of you. I'm about to teleport you back to the material plane, as that's where the Yellow King resides. I'm assuming.
We're not on the material plane. Where are we then?
He then looks towards the Black King. How hard did you hit this one? Not very.
Maybe it's Shadowfell.
Yes.
Oh, Shadowfell, where the shadows. Yeah, that's predictable. Wait. How long was I unconscious for? She starts like scratching her head, generally confused.
Oh.
What? How did I not know?
Right, Adam then moves back. So, are you all ready to go? If you are, scrunch up in one location. I can't exactly get all of you at the exact same time unless you do that.
Before that, I'm still very interested in the noisy armor.
You can ask them.
Coming with us.
Well, I mean, what's happening with it? It started to move or something?
It has started to follow the acting. It has started to react, mainly to Celeste. Names.
Celeste.
Celeste.
And Celeste jumps over and starts hooks an arm underneath Rialto's and it's just like, ready!
I just give the, I don't know what mechanics would be, but I'm proficient with, I think, what, armor, smith's tools, and also I have mending to cast, so if there's any sort of damage, patch it up.
Alright, basically with Celeste... I said it right the first time and now I can't get it.
Celeste.
Basically with Celeste and Byroth... I'm just gonna no, I'm not gonna show the name just yet. Is fully operational to an extent. Likely doesn't have a few things. I'm assuming. I still need to read the backstory. Anyways, Adam then states, so, any particular place you want to go back to? A specific location? It doesn't have to be so specific. You can wander back into a location you want hidden. Or I can just do the same thing that most people do and teleport you back to the location that you are from. I wouldn't exactly know the
No,
location,
try.
but you would.
If it's a
Although that would spread most of you apart. Let's see. You two came in together looking at Realta and Byroth. So if you want, they can come back with you. You all need to work together now.
if the rest of the group here would actually, that would be surprising. How's about you send us here halfway? 6 or 7 hours travel outside of our base of operations with Ramon, so we don't just like teleport inside there and all the alarms go off and tries to kill us all. And so they don't like pinpoint on it.
That's what he was stating beforehand, but I guess you guys just ignored him.
Well, you said that in one whole sentence.
That's fair. I guess.
He's making a choice for us. I agree.
Alright, seems easy enough. Seems fair enough. You just do you. Travel as far as you need to go, but make sure you travel to where the next king goes. That was poor rhyming on my part. So, good luck out there. As he teleports you in the middle of the desert, and then 5 to 7 hours later, you make it back to home base. As soon as I can move that dumb map.
Does anyone want to make a snatch for that orb? Thank you.
Byroth, do you really want to die again? Because even if the Black King is alone, he's still a powerhouse.
He gave us all our stuff. Okay. He's either cocky or a powerhouse, I get that.
Or
So
you
don't
require the items. Yes.
Would Mixie have been back by this point?
Mixie would, in fact, if you decided not to take his mission, she would have shown up at the Black King's front door like 3 days later. But she would be at this base at this point.
Okay.
Wait, is the robo armor out? Just repaired it.
I don't understand what you're saying.
This was a temporary character in case I had to wait a session or two, which I didn't, so this character now leaves.
No pilots located. Self-destruct initiated.
Okay, then do you mind if it dies?
It walks off.
Do you mind if it dies?
Yes.
Loads, no.
Okay, then I'm not gonna have it die, but something is going to happen. Basically Teal follows after it. You see the binding rise, and you see her form go into a almost destructive temperament. As soon as that happens, I'm just gonna say Will's outside, eating a bagel. Seeing that this is about to happen, teleport your character out of the area. Yeah, that's the easiest thing I can do without killing your character and having Teal go back to normal. Alright, don't know what's that all about. And why did only half the team return?
Hi! Celeste starts waving.
Okay.
The
I think
Shadowfell
we're still a
is
full team, just a different team now.
I mean, Caitlyn turned back to a Wood Elf. You two returned, and the other two are now dead or missing. It was a Shadowfell. Couldn't you tell?
Why did you say Caitlyn? Her name was Raziel.
Well, everything's monochrome in there. It's fine. And also, we were in the cage, and there was a big, angry vampire lord. A lot was going on.
Oh wait, fuck, Mixie
Good
would
to
be rude.
see you, Will. And I follow Caitlin.
Fuck, you can't go through walls. Hang on.
You know,
Gotta put Mixie with Ramon.
I guess I have to make you guys guests or something.
As you say that,
With the parlor.
two people probably come out, kind of panicked. I'm gonna bring her along because it would make the most sense. Both Ramon and a character you've met before, or at least two of you, Mixie just break down the door. Ramon first surprised and then startled when Realta just walks in. And then
Yeah, I guess I'll walk back out seeing that.
And then surprised once more when Byralth is fine, but talking with two different individuals in the area.
Celeste waves and gives a nice hi. Just a general.
Hello.
Just
These are some companions. We've done zero vetting whatsoever with them in the cave in the shadow.
Surprised, he then states, "Oh, that's... I'm glad you're fine. How... I'm assuming not everyone made it back."
Well, I mean, you could see, right?
Well, that is the danger of this mission. But I would have preferred no one dying. Or getting lost in that area.
Mostly the only reason we all made it out is because of Black as a mission.
Right.
Which I don't think he actually made us handshake on. So.
Teal, going back to normal, then goes, "I'm pretty sure he has a different way of getting you to do it." That hurt my head. She looks towards Will. "Thanks, I'd rather not kill anything if I don't need to." Fair enough. Ramon then states, "How did you two get in here?" You think about it, Celeste, and you realize that you do have a gem inside of your pocket. You're not sure when it was placed there or by who. Teal also has one.
Celeste just like gets it out of her pocket and starts lifting it to the sky to try and see it. And it's just like, when did this get here? What is it even?
Okay, yes, so maybe Black King is more dangerous than we realized.
No, it's actually just chrome. Well, outside of gaming, it's chrome's crystal. But then Ramon looks at it. That would explain how you got through the barrier, but not how the alarms weren't raised. It's disconcerting. He then goes, "Do you mind if I look at that?"
Okay. She hands it over and she's just like, I'm Celeste, by the way.
Ramon, pleasure. Do you mind as well, Miss, It's Teal, it's spelled tile, but whatever. She hands it over. Sure. You then see he takes out what appears to be a scalpel and rewrites a different scribe into it. Alright, here you go. If you want to, Byralth did state that you would be working alongside them. So if you want to be coming in and out without an alarm raising every half hour, place a sample of yourself onto the crystal. Piece of hair, drop of blood, spit on it if you want. It's kind of gross if you do, don't. And then walks back in. By the way, this is Mixie.
With her dagger.
She was about to head out to meet you in the Shadowfell. Been gone for about 2 weeks, so I was concerned. Sighs and goes back inside.
Celeste just gets out her dagger and pricks her thumb and puts some blood on it. Gives like a slight head tilt. I was like, is that how you're supposed to do it?
I'm pretty sure we all did hair, but
I'm looks right.
Teal also
Cool.
pricks her finger and places it on the gem. I don't know if undead blood works the same way, but who knows?
I wish they would have told us we could have spit in it back then. I would have just done that. No.
How can an undead?
She just looks at you. Because it cut out halfway and it just stated, how can an undead?
Bleed. You have no heart.
She just shrugs.
Isn't it just DNA that it needs? So it doesn't matter if the blood is.
A drop of dust. Oh no.
Anyways, I'm gonna go in. She just looks toward Rota. Hey, Rota. Hey, I think he called you Mixie. Pleasure. Name's Teal. Spelled Tile. You get used to it.
Oh, does Mixie recognize Teal at all?
Yes, technically. You know she was a wandering spirit way back. Close to the beginning. She was actually the wandering spirit in the school that, your team freed.
Mixie just turns to her, just goes, glad to see you hired a fucking ghost, I guess. God, this team gets weirder every time I see it.
Meh.
She just goes upstairs. Then Ramon, you can see that he has implemented speakers in the area and goes, oh, by the way, we're about to get someone new. Don't know when they'll arrive yet, though. That's at a game I don't know.
Hello
How
again. Hello again, Nixie. I might have sold the ruby you left with me. That's no big deal.
With you.
A ruby.
Oh, never mind.
I think you gave it to him as like payment though, so it shouldn't be a problem.
I mean, like, it's not like I remember much from that period of time. I was, like, unconscious for a good amount of time.
Aww. Well, I'm happy you're okay, I think.
Did you at least kick the Black King in the nuts? Just
We
like
tried
looking
our
up a fire.
best. Like, we tried our best. I think
Definitely
we had like
burnt
2
him
goes
with some
at
holy
him.
fire.
Yeah, what did I do? Poison? No, wait, what did I do? I did something that fucked him up for a minute. I made it hard for a little while, but then in the end...
You did
yeah.
the insect swarm.
That's right. I sent a bunch of tiny little insects to really fuck with them.
And Chrome sent him to another dimension, and when he got back, he was into a whirlwind of hope. And then he noticed. We'll leave that part out.
Yeah.
well then goes, so you made it back. It's the way he's gonna paraphrase that entire speech. Come with me if you want. If not, feel free to talk. But I'll be in the mess hall, finishing this bagel.
Oh god, I hate the fact that I have these 2 characters interacting. Celeste kind of does
It's kind of cute.
with her hand, she does like a height comparison thing between her and Mixie because Mixie's so short compared to her that Mixie kind of gives her like a look of like pissed but not wanting to say anything.
How tall is Celeste?
Celeste is 5'5".
Mixed
Can I just stand beside both of you?
You just
As soon
tower
as you
over
do the height like comparison thing, just be like, don't eat. What are you trying?
And she starts doing a height comparison with you, is trying to like mentally configure what race you are, even though she can't see.
Alright, while this
Oh,
is happening,
gosh.
and maybe you join the rest at the dinner table, Raziel, what are you doing?
I'm making pie, my guy.
Oh, so
Used
you
to
No,
that
not
name
one
being
pie.
stressed.
I'm making mini pies.
Gotta let that dough
Not
rise.
as in like mini as in
Make
small,
mini.
like mini as in a lot, like a lot of pies.
Oh, many pies. Okay, you usually make roughly 2 pies before everyone actually comes back together, but in order to make a whole bunch of them, they would have to be mini.
I mean, I'm spending some time in here.
All right.
They can be hungry at the dinner table.
Okay.
Hmm.
You make them hungry at the dinner table.
I'm going for apple pie.
They have plenty of
But
apples,
one of
but
them's gonna.
they only
One
have.
of them I need it to be a meat pie.
That's fine. They have plenty of apples, but they only have enough crust to make 10 pies. I'm afraid.
I was going for 8.
Okay.
It's sweet. I get to make 10. I'm making 10. I'm making one smaller than the other.
You do realize it's probably gonna be your day, right?
Oh, I'm not doing anything.
You're making pies.
It's
I'm just making pies.
You're letting dough rise for the surprise pies.
Smelling
I'm
pies
gonna
and
make sure it walks through the house as well, just to annoy those hungry people.
smelling pies. I'm just gonna move you guys into the kitchen, just expecting it, but never getting it.
How long will we have during
Uh,
this time?
Probably a good short rest. Maybe 1 or 2 short rests.
I'm in that time after I stop measuring, gonna try and concentrate on the spell in the dining room. And if it's been more than 10 minutes, a tiny frog just appears in her hand, and that's her familiar.
All right, a tiny
I say
frog.
frog, toad.
Is it tree frog? Pond frog?
a toad.
Oh god, that's a big
That
boy.
is a toad.
All right.
I'll get to the last image as well.
Entering inside, Ramon then states, after the frog, you said it was a frog, gets summoned. Right. Now that everyone's here, we can begin, although I don't know where the last person is. But we can get to them when they arrive. Outside of game, I don't know where your character is, unless it's that tiny token right there.
Outside the game, I don't think Ramon would even know my character exists.
But he is wise and powerful.
Okay.
Yeah, don't think he'd realise my character existed.
How do you get in the house? How did you get in the house?
Smuggled.
Nope. Unless, depends on by who. You can whisper it to me or send it to me directly.
I did.
Inside the eye.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That would be the only way smuggling would work in this case. Actually, what would happen is you would be smuggled, but every so often the alarms would trigger. Until the point where after people looked around to see if anything came inside.
I can argue no, because no one else has did it.
Wait, what?
I'll message you.
Hello, Toad. You look like a good familiar. Look like you could stick on armor.
No one else except for Celeste has done that.
Caitlin's done it a lot. And the cat as well.
The cat is no longer familiar, and Caitlin has done it outside of the house.
Caitlin's done it inside and outside the house.
I don't remember doing it inside, but I will agree with you for now, because I don't know and generally don't care. The thing I was gonna say, if alarms go off, he eventually makes them stop. to a certain degree until something new comes in, since it hasn't destroyed anything or blah blah blah. You're good. Calm down. That's all I was gonna say. Anyways, Ramon then states, so if you want to take a seat, feel free to. I don't know why Caitlin's taking so long with the food, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I do have speakers in the house, so she can listen in when she wants.
Hang on, I think I fixed the token.
No, I like it
Where's
that
the
big.
little kitty at?
I
The-
didn't. Why is it not short? Sorry.
the little kitty's with you, but I forgot to copy and paste.
No worries. Just making sure.
Entering in, Will then states, alright then, we have one more king to go. Does anyone want to tell me anything before we begin, as, according to you all, you have something to do? You can just say we tell him everything, we tell him just enough, or we actually tell him.
Tell him
Celeste,
just enough. We wouldn't have gotten out of there without the Black King's blessing.
Celeste does raise her hand, but waits to see if anyone else talks first.
I think I already did kind of a recap outside.
We got the
Uh,
band.
You got 2 bands, right?
You do have 2 bands. But
We're
then,
making progress.
after saying that, and looking at Celeste, yes, you.
Is there a situation that's going on right now where there's like something threatening the world?
More like threatening the inhabitants of the world. The world will be fine.
Yes, that. What's going on with that? I saw it in a vision.
Oh yes, basically someone's trying to take over to make sure that no one dies an ultimate death. That being said, people don't really like to be controlled, which is why your team is trying to stop them because their city got attacked and long story short, and to make it quite short because I really don't want to repeat this again, someone is trying to take over, gain power, and you're trying to stop them. The only way to find their location is with the 3 bands. Right now, your group has 2, going for the 3rd.
That what that yellow king that the black king was talking about?
The Yellow King is the 3rd king.
Kind of redundant.
Yes. Each king deals with the variant properties of what they do. If you
Also, pro tip from the Black King: the Yellow King is a necromancer. You're supposed to grab its phylactery.
I know they deal with ancient magic and the like, but I don't believe they're a complete necromancer.
Lich necromancer. Sorry, I'm not the expert.
Not the same thing, but kind of the same thing.
Anyway, it's supposed to be vulnerable. We're going to a festival.
Right. Well, the only festival that's currently going on in the area, he then draws out what appears to be a map. This one here is currently the Ironside Festival happening at the Iron Gates. I don't know if they have any connection towards this area, but it's a multifaceted festival full of blacksmiths. They deal with high-powered engine machines, and currently they're working on a giant, quite literally a giant, warforge. It is said to be unveiled in the next coming month. Let's see, the other one would be here, which is currently the Starry Sky Festival, found at Harbor Point. Although I don't know why they would be there. It mainly has to do with sailors and the like. It is a shooting star festival. Some of their mages control their stars themselves and make a very impressive fireworks festival. Let's see here. The only other one I can think of
Tell me what fire off. So
The only other one I can think of is this one. He then points. It's rather small, but potentially. It's just an open market festival. It deals with trading and the like. It's not uncommon in various places. It travels from town to town here and there, and people can get wares and the like. It's rather friendly and festive, but it's not something so grand. Although we can ultimately pinpoint their location once I get the band.
Just a quick out of character thing. Would Mixie know anything about the celebration?
Which one?
The Yellow King? Or just either of those
that's
celebrations?
what we're
in
trying to
general?
determine.
Honestly, you can find the location if you just give him the band, which is why he said that. But the
Who has the
celebration that
band?
you, Mixie, would likely know about is the Falling Star Festival. But it wouldn't have anything to do with the Yellow King, but it was something you and not Ramon. Oof. That would have been awkward.
Nesbin?
Nesbin. I don't know why I said Ramon. We're planning to go to.
Yeah, whoever has the band. It's those people.
I believe it was Rauta that took the things.
I took a bag of teleportation. I guess, okay, yeah, if I took the band, yeah, here,
Yeah, that's fine.
there.
Alright, thank you. He then focuses in on it. Does some sort of twist, but Celeste, Rauta, Ula would be able to tell, and Talo, technically, would be able to tell that he's actually focusing in on something else, synchronizing with the band. Afterwards, it turns into a bright yellow, and then goes, alright, I have the location. It wouldn't make that much sense, but I suppose they would still need to work in it. The festival that they are currently a part of is the Market Festival. It's still nice, it's still a great time, but it's nothing so grand as mages burning the stars in the sky or a giant fighting robot.
Stupid pragmatic glitch.
So if you're ready, I can teleport you there. That much isn't an issue. It's not like I'm teleporting you outside of the varied realm itself. So whenever you're ready, I'll be outside. He takes a baguette and then walks outside. Don't know what's keeping. I don't know what's keeping. Caitlin in the pies. So you can tell he's just snacking while he's waiting.
That will be out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 individual pies in just a moment.
Nearly like 2 hours later, no one. You've been making small talk, but no pies have come out yet. So that as that goes on, Ramon then states, right. So, how's Caitlin doing? I did finish up the project she had me work on for her. I don't know if she wanted it known.
What project?
I don't know if she wanted it known, so I can't really tell you.
Oh,
Why do you guys keep calling her Caitlin? She said her name was Raziel. Maybe it's a fake name or a different name.
Ramon then states Raziel. One moment. He actually didn't see Caitlin walk in. Just nothing alarmed him when she walked in. He just goes into the kitchen.
She's furiously chopping something.
Okay. It would be around the time that you're finishing up the meat pie. So you're just covered in blood and goes, kind of gets freaked out for a second and goes, excuse me, miss?
Looks at him.
Huh. I don't suppose you're Caitlin.
Raziel.
Air quotes. Sure, I can go with that for now. You didn't trigger any alarm, so either you're still genetically bound to the crystal, or you are a sister, some blood relative, perhaps. Either way, Raziel, pleasure to be working with you.
No, it's
Is there anything you want me to do?
is there a mop I can use to put gestures to the dripping blood on the floor?
Uh, he goes into the janitor's room, brings you back a mop.
Exactly like Kate.
That's not.
Technically, most of that red liquid that you see when shopping meat is myosin, not blood. Sorry.
Son of a bitch, I take it fresh.
Well, then you should have drained it outside or into blood pudding. You should have.
Ramon then states, so, anything else? You can clearly tell he's hinting at something else.
Points at those 3 pots over there. Those are done.
It's not what he was hinting at, but maybe you'll figure it out later on. So he gives you your space, grabs 3 pots.
Right when he gets to the door, was the armor done?
The enchantment for the curse is done. You just need to place it upon the armor.
I'll put it on after this meat pie starts cooking.
He places what appears to be a scroll right on the table, and then goes, right, anything else?
Once the meat in the oven, you can take those out in 10 minutes.
He just says nothing and gives up. You just hear something. The rest of you probably hear something mumbling. Doesn't even know what I'm talking about. She's clearly not alone in this world, and it's gonna be weird. Then it comes back in with pies. Pies!
There's a very little one in there. A little pie. And the crust has everyone's names on it, whose pies it belongs to. There's a Paula
Ah, but
pie.
what did you bake them in?
Haha! I don't know how to cook.
So you didn't
pie.
use any form of like tinfoil base, so basically they
I
fell
don't
apart.
know.
Caitlin would know. Dropkick does not.
Dropkick
Just say
can't cook
pie
pie.
tins, man. It's written.
I know how to preheat the oven to 350 and then let my mom take care of the rest. Or whoever's
Wait.
cooking.
Now here's the thing: which pies and which names came out with Ramon?
I look at the little one. What
See,
is that one?
All this took so long because he blind baked them all. In pie tins, weighed them down with some raw bean, dough rise, made the fillings independently. I hope.
You gotta cook that shit from scratch, my guy.
That's what I took all day.
The very little one is for Mixie. Because she's little.
Mixie just looks at the pie and just goes, "Fucking knew it was her. God damn it!"
One of them is for Paula, and the other one is for the boy Rust. And it says the boy Rust. Rust underlined. X.
Alright,
There's only 3 pies for now.
I'm gonna get rid of that 4th then. Russ probably does share his pie, but Paula only shares with Tallow. Maybe Rauta, if she's nice. Anyways, Ramon then states, alright then, now that we know the location, are you ready to go or do you need the night? It looks like Caitlin is not... it looks like Raziel is not ready yet, as she's still baking. I don't know why. But if the rest of you need the rest, I would suggest it.
Bed's here. It was kind of hard sleeping on the floor there.
Yes, there are rooms above. Points to the ceiling. Just take the stairs.
It's also nice and
And on
tempered
this
near the
note, to destroy all of Dropkick's hard work,
Touch my pie, you son of a bitch.
the bird with Mixie starts to jump around the pie squawking. Hex the shiny tin foil of the basin.
Excellent.
Not my pie.
Disappears, and a person appears in their place, sitting on the table, flips the pie over, and pockets the shiny tin foil.
You son of a bitch!
She just looks at all this happen. She gives a very like I'm not don't have the years in me for this kind of
Wait.
sigh.
They were all individualized pies. Which pie?
Just
She
a
flipped
little
the
one.
mixie pie.
Mixy pie.
Mixie gives a very I'm not young enough for this kind of sigh and just starts eating the ruined pie.
Oh.
With like, sorry, a bird transformed into a.
But now I'm sure a dogma that all the alarms are going off.
Yes, Ramon then states, well, that would explain...
Over the speaker.
I'm
Over the
assuming
speaker. Turn that goddamn alarm off! It's back for the pie.
Ramon then states, I'm assuming you know them...
Mixie just
She's
puts her
funny.
hand. She puts her head in her hand. She's like, I don't know why I don't learn by now. Just don't pick anything up. Apparently, what is it recently? First, Nesmin brings. She's just having a like argument with herself. She just usher the bird person off the table.
With a graceful fall onto the floor, and an eyeing at whoever's next pie is close enough.
Rest in peace, Rust, my guy. The boy Rust.
Right. Ramon gets out a switch, shuts it off because this person doesn't seem to be fighting or killing anyone.
No,
Raziel,
Caitlin, protect the pies.
you see one of the pies was smushed, but Mixie's still eating it. Maybe she dropped it. Maybe she's a messy eater. It's hard to tell.
I told you, Ramon, these alarms would be too gosh dang loud. She sets a pie in front of Byra, one in front of Tallow, and one in front of Relta that says a little kitty. Tallow says a pecky boy. Byra says, are you vegan?
You should better be in meat.
She's covered in blood, so I guess it's as good as mine.
You get close enough to hand over the food. I don't even know if I have to.
She gets close enough to put down the food.
Character just reaches over and grabs a cloth off the table and starts trying to wipe the blood off your face.
Oh, it's not. There's none on my face.
Don't
Are
know.
we just ignoring like the naked bird person on the table?
Completely. Also, she's on the floor.
Sorry. Gracefully fall into it.
Ramon then goes, right, well, she did bring you in. Can I have your name, miss?
Looks at Ramon, absolutely confused. Name? Well, Master sometimes says Itzy, Shiny, Noir, Sticky Beak. Them? Is that a name? Maybe? Name?
Mixie, what do you call it?
Oh no, let's just want to eat my pie in peace.
He just looks at you with the look like, hey, you brought this thing in, you have to take care of it now.
She gives a look back and is just like, I thought it was a fucking bird.
I'm still looking at you, but takes a bite of a pie.
Better believe Mixie's glaring daggers back. She got daggers underneath. She can throw at any point.
5 minutes of awkward staring later, Ramon then sings,
The next
"Rock."
pies are coming out.
Yeah, Byrath will have consumed his pie. He's mostly skeptical of this new person because he swiped a pie.
Ula gets the meat pie. Definitely a carnivore. Ramon finally gets his pie. He doesn't say anything. And she sits down to eat her pie.
So Celeste is the only one without a pie.
Wait, did I miss... How many pies did I make?
10.
10?
Never
That's-
said you handed Celeste one.
That's enough for everyone if Ramon isn't there.
Damn it. I guess
But
her
Ramon
pies are
left.
on the table now. There's one left?
Sorry, Ramon technically isn't there, right? Like he took a baguette and
Will.
or was that was Will?
You're talking about Will, yeah.
Two, three, four, five,
That's
seven,
you still
8.
got it, including one for you. That's 10.
Yeah,
If we ignore Pinky in the corner.
which I was. He wasn't at the table.
Okay. Paste.
Last pie has angel wings on it.
Bright childlike smile gets up on Celeste's face and she starts eating it happily. Her stomach was rumbling, but she wasn't saying anything.
I just feel like the frog would just jump on the pie once it comes down.
It does.
Yeah.
She'll probably be eating around it and then take it off when the pie looks like it's about to collapse.
I would have
You
I
eat
would have let
nothing
those
but
pies
what?
cool,
Prison
but
bread.
that's just me.
Ramon then goes, right. Anyways, you have the night. Figure this out, looking towards Mixie. I'm going to bed.
What's that?
That's a lie. I'm going to the lab.
Oh yeah, Caitlin, you're alive now. You're gonna have to get used to so many annoying things.
Hmm?
Yeah, no, you're going to need sleep. You'll see.
No, I won't.
Yeah, okay, eat up. Actually, you're gonna fucking love this
Love what?
food.
I know what food is, Byroth.
Okay, but you've been undead.
O negative has always been the best.
She
I'm
takes
not
a
much of
bite
an A
into
positive.
apple pie. Let's see what happens.
She's letting it cool, you fucking heathens. I don't know why you guys ate when she just put it on the table. Doesn't even eat.
I was concerned about the random bird, which is actually very subservient. Should we save some pie for it?
Looks at Mixie.
I think it just wants the shiny part,
What's
Oh,
shiny
no, yeah.
part?
the tin.
Oh, there's
Say
a bunch in the kitchen.
Headed out. Mixie just turns to Ramon and mouths, do you have any alcohol here?
He would point you to the bottom shelf.
If you asked me, I was gonna give you the blood of an alcoholic. But I can't do that now. All my blood's gonna spoil because I can't drink it.
Technically.
Donate it.
I suppose you could. And then you can...
Don't we
I
have
guess I
enough
could
room?
give it
You have
to-
stockpiles
I
of
guess
blood. I should predict.
I have a lot of blood in my packs.
Doesn't Tile need blood?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna
I don't
say
know.
that Tile might need blood. You know what? I'm gonna go talk to Tile. She
Deal.
cools her pie off with her own swallow
Deal.
because now she's impatient because you're all impatient. She's going upstairs with her pie. This pie's going on a road trip. She goes back in the kitchen because she forgot a thing. Takes that sticky note off that table pockets it. Or paper charm thing. What the heck is that ghosty girl?
A few minutes later, after figuring out she's not in the room,
I was gonna go upstairs first.
yeah, after figuring out she's not in the room, you figure out that
Ah.
she's with Ramon.
Excellent. I don't knock.
There's really no locked door.
I still don't knock.
Okay. You open it up, and they're currently discussing things. When she turns around. Yes?
I need to
Drink
talk to you in
Drink my
private.
blood. Drink the blood. Drink it.
To
Or
the
I
person
guess-
that
I
messaged
guess
me,
Ramon's
you
private
do
now.
so. I don't think anyone's gonna stop you. That being said, okay. That far enough away? Ramon then states, if you want to talk, I'm not gonna listen. Kind of too busy right now.
Your insomnia is remarkable. She takes out like a bunch of different blood packs. You didn't really have anything with you, so you can have these.
Thanks?
She like points out each blood type to her, and points at the one that belonged to an alcoholic. Like, you know, making sure she knows which one's which. None of these are labeled.
Alright. I will say I am a vampire, but I don't really need to eat or drink anymore. I mean, unless I want to.
I also make pie if you don't have blood.
Yeah, I could eat a pie. She turns back to you. Are you coming?
One second. What house did you belong to? You said your boss was a vampire.
Oh, and how should I explain this? She looks towards you. Looks at the blood packs you gave her. Here, let me spell it out for you. She squeezes one of the pouches, places some of the blood on her palm, and begins to write runic scribes on her hand. She then, as if she's throwing a ball into the air, the blood coagulates in the air midway, and then begins to form almost a picture in front of you. Long ago, roughly around 2, maybe 3,000 years ago, give or take, I was led by one of the ruling classes. I believe they called themselves the Terra. Doesn't really matter. The only one that I was supposed to watch out for was the boss. I called him the boss, but he went by Gerald. Unfortunately, a coup happened. He died. His daughter took over, and they wanted to replace the board. So I ran, made way, found shelter. Found a nice enough tower in the middle of nowhere. But my captors my assailants eventually caught up with me. Maybe they're still in power, maybe they're not, but the current Terra killed me in that tower. Then I was a roaming spirit for a while until someone freed me. If I had to guess, some mage was using me as some sort of guarding system. But I got freed anyways, but since I really had nowhere to go for so long, I was stuck in the Shadowfell. And after
after the business with the Black King, do you want to have a house to belong to?
Right now, I have no house, and I don't even know who are the current acting parties. So not really.
The current acting parties. Well, the matriarch of the Terra Vampire is Mara Paria. The matriarch of the Dark Vampire family is Keva Lois. Or Los.
You can just say you give her the rundown.
Yeah. I only had two of my character sheet for some reason, so I was like, oh shit,
It's fine.
that's not good.
She then states, "Oh, wow, she's been alive for a long time then. No, I think I'm good. In fact, I'd rather not go back if she's still in power."
You don't have to join the main family's house.
She scoffs, kind of, and then goes, "That's kind of the only way you survive, or you become a blood host. I'm gonna go eat a pie. Come if you want. I'm assuming you made them?"
Just wanted to find it.
But you do know if you don't join a family, you then become basically a blood donation once a month, and then you have the fear of dying anytime you cross any of the main families.
Be like that.
Yeah.
You have to though. Oh, and when she's in here in private, she's gonna ask Ramon, how do you use this?
He then states you place it upon your armor. Basically, you unleash the armor and you place the binding upon it. You just simply unfurl the scroll and you place it upon. However, the thing or creature or whatever did this to you will know that it's no longer working.
No, it's in the other room. So
I could take time to make sure that they don't, but if you need it now, it might be the best way for you.
I'll just do it now then. If you could find a more permanent solution to this, that'd be preferable.
No, I mean that when you place it upon yourself, the curse that was placed upon your armor will vanish, but the one that had done it will know that it vanished.
Yeah, I know, that's fine.
It is a permanent solution, is what he was saying.
I know it's like permanent, but like permanent isn't like I don't want that same entity to be able to put it on it again the same way.
Oh, then I misheard you. He then states, I would need to know what it is or who it is.
Rat.
That would require, quite literally, their assistance in this matter. Or their hostess assistance.
Impossible.
Might I ask why they did this?
Trying to make an honest person out of me. She puts on the armor and like puts on the finger thing.
Okay. You unleash the armor and you can feel a heating up sensation. So you unfurl the... Basically, it's like a sticker. You unfurl it and you place it upon yourself. Afterwards, the heating begins to calm down and then the paper begins to burn into your armor. Afterwards, it's gone. The heating sensation, the feeling. Relta, while you're eating pie, you get a strange sensation yourself, as if something shut off. Well, you don't have the exact knowledge. You do know that something that you've done in the past has stopped.
So I don't know exactly what it's linked to.
Let's see. How would you? Let me roll something. From what you can tell, it is something you've felt before, but you don't really know what. I suppose you could roll history, but right now it's just a feeling.
Yeah, I'll roll. I like the way Caitlin said they tried to make an honest person. You said history?
Yes. Right now you can't really tell what it is. Or what it was.
Nah.
But then Ramon turns towards Caitlin. Alright then. Raziel, he puts air quotes. I'm going to refer to you as this in the following, but is there something you want me to do about Penelope? You have died and come back. And I really don't want you to freak her out. Right now she's being taken care of by my significant other as well as our 2 daughters. If you want, I can bring her into my home, or she can go meet her father.
She takes off. Sighs.
Alright,
Her
as you
father
take...
can have joint custody. What happened with my armor?
What was that?
You said as you take off the armor.
Oh, as you take off the armor, he goes, right, so do you want me to call him to pick her up, or do you still want her to reside in Haven?
You have his number?
I can communicate with Man, I really need to change my names. Right now, they're the High Five Council, which doesn't work.
It might be better if I say it, so we have a way for me to talk to him.
The Council of Five.
The Council of Five, sure. Well, I can get you to communicate with them, but ultimately, they are a Council of 5, and if it's a personal matter, it'll be strange. If it's a political matter, technically, I can make it one. You'll just have to convince them to listen to you.
It's not political. Nothing about what I'm going to say to him is going to be political.
Alright, then give me one moment. Tap, 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 a few buttons. Basically, he's making a Skype call, more or less. And then goes, alright, go ahead and roll... Oh, wait. Why am I talking? Like his attitude.
Takes out some dice.
Go ahead and roll persuasion roll.
I liked it.
Persuasion.
Alright.
Lucky.
Alright. As you get to the monitor, he simply states, alright, go ahead and roll your luck. You basically go,
Oh my god.
Divine punishment has come this day for Caitlin.
I lived a good life.
Holy shit.
you basically get in a loop of multiple, please hold while we connect you to your call. Please hold while we connect you to your call. It's been like that for the past 10 minutes, and you don't believe that they're going to connect you to your call.
I think this thing is broken.
Obviously, Dropkick isn't English, otherwise he would have stuck through it even if it took 10 hours.
Hell no. I give up after minute 2 in real life.
I stick it through to way too long.
I waited 45 minutes for a fucking train crossing rather than going up the staircase to my right because I was sticking to my guns of I had already sat there for 10 minutes, I will wait.
I've done shit like that a bunch. Oh man.
I'm impatient.
I'm like, well, it could only be another second longer.
Ramon just scoots you to the side where your face can't be seen, and then the call gets connected. Oh, Ramon, is everything all right? Yes. Do you mind? It is a private matter. I suppose. Is there something you need to speak with me about? Could this wait? It is about the middle of the night. I'm afraid it cannot. And it's not me, it's someone else that needs to speak with you. And then he actually needs to roll because it is the middle of the night. And then...
Lucky! No, I can't do it on other people. Damn it, I remember. I can only do it for me.
He then states, I do have about 10 minutes, so if they can make it quick, please make sure everything else is fine on your end. How is your team going? They talk for about another 10 minutes about small things here and there. The last thing you really hear is, and my daughter, how is she? Right now, she's doing all right. She's still holding in strong. But I really should probably connect you with the person that needs to speak with you. Right. Almost forgot about them. He then moves to the side.
She gets up from her chair. She doesn't look happy. Happy to connect it instantly.
It's like
Richard?
the second it called.
As you connect, you see that his
He
face...
just hangs up.
No, he likes Ramon, so he's not gonna hang up. But he does get upset.
Her eyes. I cannot. Next time. Alright. This thing works. She taps the screen.
Let's see. Not really listening to your words, he then simply states, "Is there something I can help with you, Miss?"
Savan. Uh-oh.
Oh, by the way, if you didn't didn't find his name, or at least you didn't read the Great Forest City, his current name is Sullivan Calavara.
Oh, I'm gonna keep calling him Richard.
Okay. Then his former name was Richard Saven.
That's why her name's Raziel Saban right now. And instead of Savan, then I say Saban.
Right. Any reason why you're back from the dead?
You don't have to sound so happy about it, you know.
I am really not.
Why? Explain yourself.
First, you came back from not the dead, and you're still dead. Then you brought out our daughter without consulting me. I'm not mad about that, but the not consulting thing I am mad about. Then you leave her with Ramon, which I am fine with as long as she's not with you. Then I am assuming you either got reincarnated, which means you died again.
I still have full custody.
You have no legal right.
I can visit, unlike some people. That's not even what I was here for. That's not even. I didn't ask him to call you to argue with you. Okay.
You've been arguing for 10 minutes, so Ramon just steps to the side. But after that 10 minutes, you say, "I'm not here to argue with you."
She shows him the pie.
You do see that he does calm down, as the last time he saw you, well, you were out berry picking to make pies.
He's so good. These aren't berry pies though. She sets it down somewhere.
Okay, you set it on the chair that's right there.
I needed to talk to you about Penelope.
All right.
Is it safe in your city?
Right now, the current political matters are fine. any non-elf that can be brought in is perfectly safe. Honestly, the most she'll be safe will likely be my city, as Haven is kind of in a political mess. The only
Are
other
they good
place
to
I would
wood elves
recommend,
as much as they are to high elves?
while there is still problems with that, as the current head of the Council of Five, it is fine. At least for now. It is basically people being polite to your face but talking behind your back. That's not too
Nothing
surprising.
different then.
But they don't go against the law, as I have ruled well. Look, I'm not saying she doesn't need a mother, but I do say she does need a safe place. If she doesn't come with me, then I suggest she stays with Ramon.
Yeah, it's time that we change that. It's not. It's. It's not exactly fair of me to say that she needs her mother to not be there, is it?
He sighs, but then states, from what I've heard, you need to do things, but she still needs a mother, so when you do those things, make sure you come back to her. She doesn't need to lose her mother.
Not the third time.
You can see he kind of grins at that. Flashback to Halloween.
Huvile.
But slightly grinning, he then states, so if you want her here and making sure she's safe, I can guarantee that. If you don't want her with me, then I suggest you keep her with Ramon. But make sure you come back to her.
She should stay with you and learn.
Alright. It'll take about 2 days to make sure she arrives safely, but that'll be an issue not of its own. I can bring the current politician back into the city to bring her back out. He's already there, so I just need to contact him, make preparations for the day, and then he teleports her to me. If that is fine with you.
Is he trustworthy?
He is. However, if you're one of his children, not so much.
But I don't think I want to hear a separate shit.
To be specific, he doesn't care about his children other than them being tools. But he will listen to a higher authority. I am
Do I
his
need
boss.
to renew my citizenship in the Elf City?
We just need to clear up paperwork to make sure that you're no longer classified as deceased. That's going to be a lot of paperwork. You see him sigh.
You don't have to be the one to do it. You could just delegate, right?
No, not in this case, since I am the active spouse in this matter.
Oh yeah, we probably have to talk about that as well.
If you want a divorce, that's fine. Honestly, you've technically been dead for a while.
I thought you were dead too. I never changed my name. It's just she's physically scratching her head. It's just
Caitlin, Uhura, where are you? Caitlin. Oh no, wait, that's not the name you go by anymore. It's not Caitlin Uhura anymore.
I'm on the TV.
Technically, it's a
You're
scrying
fine.
mirror, but it is the TV.
Fangled technology.
It's just hear him like Baroth walking by hearing you talking, and he just yells that, and then you're like, "I'm talking on the TV."
Just like walking.
Someone else
with your
yells
pie.
through what
Did
channel?
Did you steal one your pie? I'm sorry, you thought. Oh, is there some blood splattered? What happened in here earlier? Oh, hi, Richard.
Oh my
You just got her.
Oh, if Byra walks into the room, Celeste's walking out the room. She's been standing outside because she's heard people talking but didn't want to enter and be rude.
Hey,
This is what happens when you take too long.
hey, listen, man. It ain't easy being cheesy.
Sullivan, hearing your... He considers them your team. Well, he hears a new voice and then states, "All right, I'll make the preparations. We can talk about you coming back or getting divorced or seeing a separation or a counselor later. Again, it is quite late for me."
Just transfer 4 hours.
I still need to get to work after the trance.
Caitlin, you know he has to wake up and make breakfast for little Penelope.
He doesn't have Penelope.
At least not yet. Basically, he's just
Yes,
trying to
not
get out of
yet.
this weird conversation. Because
I
it
don't
is.
know how to hang up, Richard.
He hangs up for
Any
you.
awkward excuses doesn't work on me. Okay.
But before that, he goes, "All right, I'll hang up for you. But I'll talk to you later." As he hangs up, you then get the repeated message, "Please wait while we connect you to your call." "That's weird. Why is it still doing that?" Ramon then states.
I don't know.
Ramon looks at it and goes, click, the screen. I think you broke it.
I didn't. I just tapped the screen. Is it not touchscreen like the tablet?
No. This is older technology. As he shuts the screen off, there is a crack in it. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that.
I don't have men there.
It wouldn't work
This pie has
anyways.
definitely gotten cold.
At the mention of fixing, Celeste just hops over it and tries to cast mending on it.
Alright, you go up to Ramon.
Mending should wear items, but it doesn't restore like magical effects that happen.
The magical effect didn't...
So at them now.
The magical effect wasn't lost. It's just Ramon doesn't have mending, so he was gonna have to repair it manually.
Nah,
Oh,
no,
But it's very much a case of like a kid running over and just slapping their hands, just like, what is the incantation?
Look
And
what
it's
I
just
can do.
fixed.
Alright, Ramon moves over as you basically slap the screen like Caitlin, but actually doing a spell. You fix the screen and Ramon states, "Well, do you want a pie for your work?"
Actually, worry. I needed to ask a question
Oh, sure.
or request.
Sure, still.
Well, awkward situation. I need to talk to people, but I don't have spell which can do so. Not on me at the moment. I was going to try and learn it, but they told me it wasn't really necessary. I need to talk with people in Arcadia.
He then kind of whispers it in Celestial. "I see. Are you from there?"
She doesn't pull out her wings. She's like things, and she's just like, I'm from the school, St. Helena's. That's what it is in common.
Oh.
I'm say that part. Oh,
I see then.
since you're part of the plan, so
Well, I can connect you to the current acting agents that I have there. I can have you speak with Carl if you'd like. Celeste, you would know Carl is the current governor of the area of of the school that you reside. He's not the ruler of Arcadia, but he is a governing power.
yeah, that what. I'm pretty sure he knows who I am.
All right. One moment then. Do you need the spell, or do you need just to speak with him?
I just need to speak with him. I don't need to spell. But wait, I thought you need to spell to speak. Never mind.
Normally you do. It's just this machine has been enchanted to use the spell. He then clicks a few more
She's-
buttons.
Intently, like trying to figure out how it works.
I guess you can go ahead and roll Arcana, but it would be more of a tech-based roll.
Hell yeah, Arcana is something I am semi-decent at. Watch this. Every time I say I'm decent
Oh.
at something, it's
Oh.
always
Hey,
a crit
listen, you
fail.
didn't get 2 in a row.
You press a big red button, wondering what that does. There's a small countdown of 5, 4. Ramon quickly presses it again. Yeah, don't press that button. And then continues to click. After a few seconds, he goes, all right then. A message pings out from what you can tell. And then you hear a voice. Ramon, is that you? Yes, Carl. Sorry about waking you up so late at night. It's perfectly all right. I don't sleep anyways in my youth. Sir, you're 85 years old. And? Never mind. Look, I have someone here from your province that wants to speak with you. Well, wants to connect with her hometown. Oh, I see. I don't see them. He steps
Just
aside.
pokes her. Yeah, she pokes her head around. She's just like waving to the screen.
Ah, dear child. It's been so long. You can clearly tell that he's lying. He really doesn't know who you are. You assume. You might have met him once or twice long ago. But he meets with so many people, he honestly doesn't know who you are. Or at least doesn't remember. Maybe. You can roll history. Maybe he actually remembers you.
Depends how interactive he is with the school and if he would be someone that would know her secret.
He would visit from time to time, but he would not be someone that knows your secret. The school would know him since he is one of the 3 highest benefactors. But he wouldn't know. Wait, actually let me roll. Because I needed to change a few political matters in Arcadia, so maybe he does at this point.
Dude,
With advantage. With his modifier. Yeah, he would know. You also know that he's trustworthy, but not everyone knows things that you know. If that makes sense. Basically, your history.
Sorry, you're cutting out for me.
Yes, he would know about you. He just wouldn't have a face to the name.
Okay. She'll just go, yeah, it's me, Celeste.
Ah,
Who I am.
from reports, you've been missing for about 2, maybe 3 weeks? Glad to see you're safe. I don't know why you're with Ramon, though. He just peers over. She just arrived today. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you to it.
So, did you get the report about me leaving because of that big vision I had? How
Yeah.
many reports did they send you?
They sent me about 3. One was you heading out and needing escorts, so I assigned two to you. One meaning that you had disappeared, and one stating that they could not find any of the bodies in case you, unfortunately passed away. Meaning, they found the location where you disappeared, but they found no other traces. So we assumed you were either atomized or teleported somewhere else where we could not find you.
Okay, so I'll catch you up to speed. The people I was with, they might be dead or compromised. I don't particularly know where they are, but taken by someone called the Black King. She looks to Ramon, just like, is that the person who? It was that person. Yes, it was that person.
He shakes his head.
She just goes, I don't quite know why he wanted me or why he let me get away. They did say that they needed something like my talents or something, so maybe they know, maybe they don't.
Well, the Black King deals with death. But at times, it is also a type of rebirth. If he somehow figured out what... He stops himself and then goes, if he somehow figured out, maybe he does require services. If he sought you out, there are two things you can do in order to keep yourself alive. Listen to the orders he has given you, or find something just as strong to ally yourself with. He is a dangerous man, and he is someone you do not go up against without a plan, or without teamwork.
Really okay with me to follow his orders, though? I mean, he sounds like a bad person. He also sounds like someone that could have been the person we went against.
The Black King deals with various things. He is what we would consider evil, but he is also true to his word. If it is something that needs to be done, it will happen regardless of what you do. But the best way that you can survive is listening to his orders and listening to your own. If you choose not to do it, I cannot decide that for you. You may face death. But if you decide to do it the way you would do things.
So wings kind of like droop a little bit at the sound of like her option is basically either do it or die, and she's just like, I'll ask. She looks around. Can't say names. I'll ask him tonight if he wants to listen to me. If what she should think.
The man nods and goes, very well then. Beyond this, though, contact me if you ever have any doubts or need to consult. I am here, but maybe not so late at night. He chuckles a bit.
Sorry.
Hello, TV man. Celeste will be okay. We have many pies.
He's really big as well, and she does the size thing again.
Zeke?
Did you just say delete?
That's Zeke.
Ow.
What is it, Zeke?
It's again. Oh no.
My man!
There's something my microphone does when it acts up.
Nah, see, it's not the microphone. It's all biological. Your testosterone's finally shining through.
I'm parrot too, which means why in real life has to drop.
That's the boy Z.
If you disconnect and reconnect that, should fix it.
I don't want to
Break
be
my
fixed.
mic.
You're my friend back.
That is a very subtle difference, honestly.
Nah, it's severe.
Bless just waves and hangs up and tells him good night.
Alright. The basic way Celeste would probably hang up is press the red button again, and Ramon rushes over, presses it again, and then actually hangs up. Don't.
Yeah, but she's not gonna press it again because he said don't.
But as pies are made, as old contacts become relevant once more, as potential former spouses either reunite or get an actual legal divorce, the next session will likely enter in the Yellow King's domain and the festival of the merchants as we end the session for today.